Hi all, welcome into Red Empress Tarot. I'm Patty. I'm an intuitive healer and a reader here to read you a message on your twin flame journey. I'm on the twin flame path myself, so I really understand the things that you go through. It can be a really tough journey, and the more we stick together and help each other level up, the better off we are. I usually do a mirror message to be put out Sunday night or Monday morning. However, something sparked for me today, and I realized that there's another kind of message that I want to put out there, being that there's a collective, and I think it's a fairly large collective of divine counterparts right now that are kind of on their way to union. It's close. It's coming close. There are a lot of people that I've heard getting contact and getting in contact and starting that ball rolling, and there are a lot coming. This is not going to resonate for everyone, but even if you're not in this collective that's coming right up on union, like this month, next month, this is a really good message to hear, and I feel like it's really important. It's something that we don't always discuss, and this is going to be a reading that involves the divine masculine, the karmic, and the divine feminine. So for those of you who have a karmic partner, or your counterpart has a karmic partner, this reading is for you. This is a special one. And I don't like to focus on a lot of the drama, but there are certain things I think we need to talk about and focus on to really get some clarity and to be able to deal with these situations in the best way possible. So I'm going to start with a reading, and it's going to be, this can be for the divine masculine or the divine feminine. Karmic partners can be on either side. So I'm not going to say this is a divine feminine. You listen to this reading because your divine masculine is dealing with a karmic. It could flip-flop. It could be the other way around. So I'm going to say the watcher, who is you, and the watcher's counterpart, who is your counterpart, regardless of which side of the coin that you're on, divine masculine or divine feminine. I want to look at, just so we get really clear, the feelings for and the attraction to the karmic, and the feelings for and the attraction to the divine counterpart. So we can understand the differences here. It is a different relationship. It really is. The karmics serve a valuable purpose. And I know that we don't always want to hear that. We don't always like the karmics. The karmic in my situation is not my favorite person. I don't think she's evil, but I do. She's someone I know, and bad things happened, and she's not my favorite person. I don't like things that have gone down with my masculine, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of you out there who are in a similar boat, okay? So I'm going to start off with some tarot, and I'm asking Spirit. Thank you, spirits, guides, angels, and ancestors being with me here today and always. I appreciate you. Help me be a clear and accurate channel for messages that are going to come in that are for the highest good of all parties involved. Okay, so I'm asking Spirit, my first question is going to be, and we're going to have two separate piles. I'm going to have one up here for the divine counterpart and one down here for the karmic. This watcher is your divine counterpart. This is not you, the watcher. This is your divine counterpart and your divine counterpart's karmic, okay? So this is the couple that you are not involved in, watcher. All right, so please, Spirit, tell me about the heart space of the watcher's divine counterpart for the karmic. How does the watcher's counterpart feel about the karmic currently? Okay, current feelings for the karmic. We're going to start with that. Current feelings for the karmic. King of Swords. Tell me about the Watcher's divine counterparts feeling for the Watcher. Current feelings for the Watcher, that heart space. I just feel like it's really important to clarify some of these things because jealousy is a real thing, right? And, you know, in the twin flame connection, it's really tough. It is such a magnetic attraction. We've got the Two of Cups for how your divine counterpart feels about you. We've got the King of Swords, how they feel about the karmic currently, okay? Tell me about the Watcher's counterparts. I'm going to go back into feelings for the karmic. Feelings for the karmic. The Watcher's counterparts' feelings for the karmic. We had Temperance and we have Four of Cups. Okay, back up here. Tell me about the Watcher's counterparts' feelings for the Watcher. I'm flipping stuff, hold on. Not in a good way. Okay, we've got the Three of Wands and one more. Let's balance it out. Give us one more. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So let's look at, I'm going to grab my other deck. I want to see what comes out with a full deck. Let's clarify. Tell me about, let me make sure I've got it up right. Yeah, okay. Spirit, tell me about the Watcher's counterparts' feelings for the karmic. Tell me about the Watcher's counterparts' feelings for the karmic. That's too many. Let's take that one. Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay. Tell me about the Watcher's counterparts' feeling for the Watcher. King of Cups. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stay with that stack. Let's read these first, and then I'm going to go into the attraction, not just the feelings, but the attraction. And I'm doing this for a very specific reason, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. So let's look at your counterpart's feelings, current feelings for the karmic. Okay, we've got the King of Swords. So currently, what led for your counterpart's feelings for the karmic is Swords energy. King of Swords energy. I think that your counterpart is feeling like they want to cut them out. They're really in their king energy about this. They're really in this place where they know that this is something they should cut out of their life. They've gotten some mental clarity on this person and on this person's role in their life. And I feel like they're getting ready to cut them out. Temperance tells me there's a divine timing issue at work here. So it is divinely guided that this person leave your counterpart's life. This karmic person is not meant to stay. It's a cycle. It's a lesson. And it's something, you know, divine timing, all it means is when your counterpart has learned the lessons that they need to learn from this person, from this situation, they'll be able to cut them out. The Four of Cups, it's like they know now, they can see that they made a bad choice, right? And sometimes we need to make a bad choice to understand it is a bad choice. I mean, think back to when you were a kid, right? And your parents would tell you, you know, that something wouldn't be good for you, or, you know, it's a bad idea or whatever. And you'd do it anyway, and you'd suffer some consequences for that, right? You know, your parents would tell you, you know, don't, you know, drink or whatever, and you're however old, and you go out and drink a whole bottle of something that makes you incredibly sick. And you had to understand by experiencing it, what that really meant, like why it's bad. You know, some people have a lot worse consequences from that, but this is just an example. Okay, so your counterpart had some lessons to learn from this person, from this situation, and they're learning them. If you look at this Four of Cups, the disappointment in themselves, the disappointment in the situation, in the other person, in that karmic partner, it didn't lead to what they wanted. They thought it was going to be something else. It's that I'm getting that all that glitters is not gold. Okay? So they had to step away from you and experience something else to understand what they had. And to understand that the grass is not greener on the other side. All that glitters is not gold. All of those silly sayings that we have, right? And the Seven of Swords in reverse. So it's like they were feeling sneaky before, right? I feel like Watcher, your counterpart might have done something that was like behind your back, or not completely above board, or maybe they just did this because they weren't feeling good about themselves or whatever. And with the Seven of Swords in reverse, they're coming out of this energy. They're done with this energy. They don't want to be in sneaky energy. They don't want to be in below board energy. They don't want to be in that space where they're not feeling good enough for their divine counterpart anymore. They're coming out of that. This is what's in your counterpart's heart space for the karmic right now. Ready to cut them out. Have received mental clarity. It's just waiting on some divine timing here, but I don't feel like it's long off. Really disappointed in the whole situation, disappointed in themselves as well as this other person. And whatever caused this relationship to come about, like just wanting to come out of this whole thing. Okay, so let's look at how your counterpart is feeling about you. Watcher. We got the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a divine connection. It's often someone's twin flame card. It's not my twin flame card, but it's often used that way. It's often viewed that way. And I think you can take it that way here. Look, your person in their heart space, they know who you are. They know who you are. They know you have a divine connection. They know that you are the lovers that are fated. They want to be with you. They've got themselves in a bit of a mess that they're getting themselves out of with this Temperance card. They're just not quite out all the way yet. Even if they have left the situation, there's residue. There's stuff to clean up from this situation before. They don't want to come to you dirty. You know, they want to come to you with a clean slate. Three of Wands. Look in their heart. Ooh, that flew. Maybe someone's flying somewhere. But some of you are long distance. Someone is flying to someone. But it's not going to apply to everyone, but it does apply to someone. They're looking forward to the future with you. In their heart space, this is what they think about. They think about their future with you. They're looking out, and I get quite a few of you are not close geographically. And, you know, maybe at this time during this pandemic, that is a challenge. But, you know, there's a lot of countries that are not opening their borders to other countries right now. Even, you know, we've got lockdown here in Oregon until December 2nd. We can't even go anywhere within our state, much less to another country. They're looking forward to you in their heart space. They're looking forward to you. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. Look, they know they were juggling before. They juggled you with someone else, with this karmic. Two of Pentacles in reverse. All they want is to end that. That's over. They're done. For you, I want you to look at this. For the karmic, they are in swords energy. Cutting out. For you, they are in cups energy. Pulling in. The love is for you. And they know it. I just really wanted to show you what would come out. I knew that something like this would come out in the cards for this collective. I was really feeling it all day because, and before we go on to any more spread, I want to talk about this because when we have a karmic situation when our counterpart is with a karmic partner, there's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of upset. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of pain that's involved in that. And, you know, I don't think anyone's divine counterpart means to hurt them this way. It is part of the process that this happens this way. I think it sucks, but, you know, it's still part of the process. A lot of things that suck are part of a process. It's not all hearts and flowers, unfortunately. But this is how we learn. You know, going through this kind of a situation with a karmic gets us to this place here where we know the value, the real solid value of a divine connection. Sometimes you have to go through a crappy connection to see what this is. And you know, this connection down here, this karmic connection, can be a lot of things. This can be abusive. This can be physically abusive. It can be mentally abusive. It could be just full of neglect. There could be a lot of cheating. There could be, you know, children involved, and you find out that this person isn't the best parent. You know, there's a lot of things that can happen in a karmic connection where you learn a valuable lesson from, you know, the crap that happens within the connection, unfortunately. And, you know, that's one counterpart is going through this learning experience, getting what they want. But the other counterpart that's on the waiting end, right? That's on the other end of that. It's really painful. It's really, really easy to tell yourself that you're not as good as this person, this karmic. They're prettier, they're more handsome, they're taller, they're shorter, they're curvier, they're skinnier, they're whatever is, you know, they're more adventurous, they're more this, they're more that. You could come up all day long with things that this karmic partner might be that are different than what you are, divine counterpart. I struggled with this myself in my own connection. It was really, really hard for me at first. I'm not going to go into like a long story about my experience, but I will tell you that the karmic in my situation is someone that I knew and someone that I thought was a friend, and they ended up not being genuine. And, you know, seeing someone that I know to be disingenuous, that I know to be not of the best character, have a relationship with my divine masculine, who I know is a good person, was really, really tough for me. I mean, it's really, really hard to stand back and say, okay, if this is what you want, I gotta let you have it. I'll respect your wishes. And this is a common theme for a lot of us out there. I know that there are watchers out there shaking their heads, yeah, that's a similar thing with me, or, you know, maybe some differences, but I get what you're going for here. And it's really, really important to come to the place, and we won't start there. You have to come to it. But it's really, really important to come to the place, divine counterparts out there, that if your person is with a karmic, it's not because they're better. It's that simple. They're not more than you in any way. They're different than you. And those differences are things that need to spark learning in your counterpart. So if you have the thoughts in your head that this person, this karmic is more, you know, younger. Maybe they're younger than you. Maybe they're, you know, physically different than you in some way, and you think, oh, you know, my counterpart must like that better than they like something about me. It's not true. You're made for your divine counterpart. You are made for them. This person wasn't made for them. This person had a contract with them to clear some karma. Your divine counterpart loves and wants you more than anyone. They're just dealing with the lessons down here. I just want that to be really, really clear. And I'm going to go in and we're going to do another, I'm going to pull these off and we're going to do another little spread about the attraction for the counterpart and the attraction, or the attraction for the counterpart and the attraction for the karmic, and look at what that was so you have a more clarity, okay? I just feel it's really important to look at this stuff. I mean, you saw me pull them. I didn't cherry pick those. That's just what came out. I don't do that. I don't really see the point in giving a message that's not genuine from spirit. There are things that you need to understand to give you some peace, to help heal your heart, because it's your job to heal your own heart. It's not the job of your counterpart to heal it for you. You know, if you have this wounding where you feel somehow inferior to the karmic, even, and you know what, most of the divine counterparts are there have done the work, and you're not really feeling that, like, overall you can say, oh no, I know that, you know, they have a lot to learn, and, you know, I know that I really belong with my counterpart and all that. But it's that piece that's lingering underneath that we need to look at. It's that little piece that when you see your counterpart with the karmic, or when you hear them with the karmic, when something comes up in your world and it just gives you that pang of like, why? It's the why. Why did you choose them over me? I'm hoping that this reading will give you a little bit of peace when that why comes up, because the why is not something that your counterpart is going to be able to answer. Let's just be clear about that. Your counterpart is not going to be able to look you dead in the eyes and say, I went with them because they were prettier than you, or I went with them because they had more money than you, or I went with them because they you know, we're more freaky than you, or whatever it is. They can't pinpoint it. They don't know. They did it because they did it. They did it because they were pulled to. Okay? Let's look at Spirit. Tell me about the Watcher's counterpart's attraction to the Watcher. Tell me about the Watcher's counterpart's attraction to the Watcher. We have got the 9 of Coins in reverse. Tell me about the Watcher's counterpart's attraction to the Watcher. Their attraction to the Watcher. Why was the Watcher's counterpart attracted to the Watcher? We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Why was the Watcher's counterpart attracted to the karmic? Why was the Watcher's counterpart attracted to the karmic? The 8 of Wands. Okay. Why was the Watcher's counterpart attracted to the karmic? No. Why was the Watcher's counterpart attracted to the karmic? Oh my gosh, there's a lot to say. The Tower, the 4 of Cups, 7 of Cups. That all makes sense. Okay, let's just what wanted to come out. Let's do some clarifiers. Why was the Watcher's counterpart attracted to the Watcher? Why was the Watcher's counterpart attracted to the Watcher? Whoa! Justice. All my cards falling. Why was the Watcher's counterpart attracted to the Watcher? Why was the Watcher's divine counterpart attracted to the Watcher? The Page of Pentacles. Why was the Watcher's counterpart attracted to the Watcher? The Emperor. Why was the Watcher's counterpart attracted to the Karmic? Why was the Watcher's counterpart attracted to the Karmic? Page of Cups. Okay, let's look at what we have right now. All right, let's start with the Karmic down here because this tells a really clear story. So with the Eight of Wands, your counterpart, I believe that when they met the Karmic, were in a place in their life where they were feeling stuck or caged, okay? They had this feeling, almost like the inevitability of the universe making up their mind for them or planning their life for them. And you know what? It's human nature not to want someone else to make your choices. And so it was almost like your counterpart in this connection, they weren't understanding the connection. They didn't understand what a twin flame was. They didn't understand what a divine connection was. All they knew was there's an incredible magnetic pull to you, and they might not have understood why. Even though you're a wonderful person, they probably never felt this in their life before. Okay? This is a new thing. When we discover our counterpart and get into that relationship and have that incredible pull to someone and don't understand it, it can be really scary. And it can, especially for divine masculines, okay? It can really give you a caged feel, like this indefinable force is pulling you to something you don't understand. And I think that they saw this Karmic as a way out of the cage, in any way out of the cage. It was like, it was rebellion. It was this fast movement forward. All this powerful fast movement forward with this person. This Karmic person is not someone that they dated and got to know and took it slow with. This is Karmic is someone they jumped in the suck with the first day or something. Okay, fast movement forward. And then once they were on that cycle with them, it's like this Karmic dug the claws in and said, mine, mine, mine. You know, and you probably used the, you know, kind of sexual energy to pull them in and keep them in. But I'm really, really getting that your counterpart got into this Karmic situation. The attraction was, it was a way out of the inevitability of what they were feeling otherwise. I think they were feeling restless in their choices. There was a rebellion there against the universe, against spirit. I don't think that your person was a very spiritual person, if at all. They didn't understand this connection. And it scared them, and it triggered them in a big way. And this was like a leap forward out of that being triggered to go to this Karmic. You know, this was a tower moment in your person's life when they went with this Karmic. This was not sunshine and lollipops and roses, this connection. This was intense. It was fast. It was probably felt exciting for a little bit. You know, a tower can feel like that shake up. It's like shaking up my own life, getting out of this prescribed life that I'm feeling like I'm having. And I'm not saying that you as a divine counterpart were boring or trying to trap them at all. What I'm saying is a divine connection, and we all know this, I think, you know, if you're at this point in the journey, if this is resonating for you, you're listening to this, you do understand that the power of this connection is significant. And if you don't understand where it's coming from or what it's about, it's scary. You know, unless you're a little more on the spiritual side and go with the flow of it and, you know, let it take you where it's going to take you. A lot of divine feminines are really more in that space. But divine masculines, often it's just freaky. They just don't get it. Part of the attraction here was disappointment in themselves. It's like this was easy. They were disappointed in themselves in the actions that they had been taking. it was like, you know, this Four of Cups is very specific to me because you've got this Ace of Cups here, this new beginning in love that feels like it wasn't real. And it's like your counterpart felt like there was something about your connection that wasn't grounded in reality. Because this cup for this guy is not grounded in reality. So it's like a false start in love because it wasn't real. Your person didn't think that your connection was real for some reason. There was something not grounded about it in their head. And so they went for this Two of Cups. You know, this was really disappointing that this wasn't real. They wanted it. They wanted it bad. But for some reason, they couldn't wrap their head around it. So they went for this Two of Cups here. And then this Four of Cups is a weird card because it really is sectioned off into 3 sections. You've got the Two of Cups. You've got this ethereal Ace of Cups. And then you've got an Ace of Cups here. It's like, here's the choice. You know, here's the other cup that they took, right? They made this choice for this other person. But it was all out of this feeling of disappointment. It wasn't a happy feeling. There was some excitement here. Yeah, there was probably physical excitement and that kind of thing. But the underlying feeling of going with this person wasn't happy. It wasn't good. It wasn't what it appeared to be on the outside. This was the inside of your counterpart. This disappointed energy. There was a lot of confusion at this point in this person's life. There was so much confusion. When they went with this karmic, I don't think they knew their ass from their elbow at the time. Really, really getting that. I mean, they had all of these options. It was like your person was feeling an incredible amount of options, like too many in life. And like, let's take this one that shakes up the status quo the most, because I'm ready for a change in my life and this person's exciting in some way. And I think it was an impulsive, it feels very impulsive with this Eight of Wands energy and the Tower. It was a very impulsive choice that they made. They didn't really think it through. They didn't take the time to get to know this person and like find out the differences and find out, you know, that it wasn't going to work before they jumped in. There was something about them that just seemed different than the status quo, and we're just going to go with that because I don't want to be caged. I don't want to be told what to do by the universe or anyone else. And, you know, there was this immaturity in love. That your person with this Page of Cups here, a side note is your person really wants to apologize for this behavior. I'm getting someone's counterpart, someone's divine masculine out there is seeing this and going, oh my God, I wish I could take it back. There's an apology on the tip of someone's tongue. But beside that, there was this incredible immaturity in love. They didn't do it the right way. And they know it now. And they're paying for it now. Their karma is being received in a big way. Not that as divine counterparts, we really wish that karma on them. I don't wish karma. I don't wish anything bad to happen to my divine masculine. I know he's made mistakes. I know things have happened. I've made mistakes. But I don't wish that karma on him. But this is how it works. The karma's coming anyway. This immaturity in love. Your person needed time to mature, and this relationship brought them that time to mature. Okay. So let's look at the attraction to your counterpart's attraction to you, Watcher. So we've got the Nine of Coins in reverse. So the Nine of Coins, or the Nine of Pentacles, is all about feeling independent, single, on my own, good on my own, right? Upright. The Nine of Pentacles is, I'm good on my own. I've got everything I need. reverse, you complete me. Having this counterpart meeting you felt like a completion of their own spirit, a completion of their life. Meeting you, Watcher, your counterpart felt the union of two souls. Really felt like a solid, stable heart connection is what I'm getting from this card. The Wheel, your counterpart's attraction to you, fate, destiny. You clicked. You just clicked without effort. Without, we all meet in the most bizarre circumstances. I met my Divine Masculine in very odd circumstances. The chances of meeting him the way that I did were 1 in billions. Literally, I've looked it up. And a lot of us have chance meetings like that. Fate. This is what attracted your counterpart to you, is that feeling of fate, of destiny, of belonging, of being made for each other. Even if they didn't understand the connection yet, even if they weren't spiritual, there was a click in your guys' souls that was undeniable. It got to be too much. It got to be scary. But in the beginning, it was just like, aha, there you are. I've been waiting for you. I've been looking for you forever. Justice. You bring your counterpart balance like no one else. You and your counterpart balance each other out. You make each other feel grounded and whole and good in a way that no one else has or ever will. The Page of Pentacles. It was like this page, is a young energy. It's like feeling stable and secure, but at the same time feeling young and playful and just ready for new adventures. You brought a feeling of youth to each other. But it wasn't like an immature love energy like this. It wasn't an immature energy in love. It was a stable. It's like they felt grounded with you, but at the same time free to let their inner child out. And then the Emperor, look, you make your masculine feel like the Emperor. The Emperor is the sum of all kings, right? You make your masculine feel like $1 million, like the king of the world, the Emperor. There's no way he feels like that or felt like that with a Karmic. There was something else that they needed to get to understand within themselves with this Karmic energy. There was something they needed to learn. But this is how they feel about you. This is their attraction. It's deep. It's intense. Okay. All right. This is what I wanted to get out. This is what I wanted to talk about. So I feel like we've accomplished that. I will try and get my mirror message out this week, but I felt like this was important. I felt like it was really important to address how the masculine or the feminine, whoever your counterpart is, feels about you, in contrast to how they feel about the Karmic, because it's not the same feeling. I know that it can make you sad, and I know that it's hard, and I know that there's jealousy and all of these things, but I'm hoping that this gives you a little bit of insight into the difference and why you are a divine connection and how beautiful and how important that is, that it's not the same. When they leave this person, they'll leave having learned something. But when they come to you, they'll come to you knowing that you just belong. Very different. They never belonged here. And they're going to tell you that eventually. Okay? Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope this helped you out. Please take that moment to hit the thumbs up on the video. That really helps me, and it helps get these messages out to the people that need them. I feel like this is a really valuable one. And I would love to see it get out there. If you hit the subscribe and the all, you'll get all of my upcoming video notifications. There's no other obligation there, just a notification system. And I think we're all set. Thank you for being with me here tonight, or whenever you're watching it. This message is for you when you watch it. It doesn't matter when it was recorded. All right, my loves, thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.